Time definitely flies. Here we go.
The horn sounded. 35 minutes on the clock. Timing the start is CJ Hobgood. Just a setup turn on the opening wave of the day. And he'll just feel his way through the inside. That'll hand priority to Julian Wilson.
Important to try and find some sort of rhythm and just keep catching waves. You know, we see guys struggling to back their good ones up. So CJ, just I think he's going to stay busy today, Joe.
Doesn't need much to take the lead, and Wilson locks in. Sets up a backside snap. Nice and vertical. He'll take the lead as he comes around the corner and ends up slipping off. So just one maneuver, and now priority back with CJ.
That was an interesting little chain of events right there. Julian was looking down the line. Nice casual top turn to kick things off. He was kind of setting himself up for what was about to come and took his eye off that bottom turn, hit a bit of a chop and took him down. So wave-starved heats, and you don't really get to see these guys open up. Here we go, CJ.
CJ with priority will take this wave as he starts hunting down the line. He'll pull into the first section, and Hobgood still is driving through and then gets clipped on the end. A challenging read. He started going super fast to start to make that first completion. We'll see him get a little bit of credit for that, so we'll see a lead change here with 16:40 to go.
Yeah, committed there, wasn't he? You could see he's got a plan right now, and that's to get barreled. He's looking for those ones that race off down the line. It's not going to be, it's going to be another low score for CJ though, so he's going to have to try and at some stage flick the switch and maybe go to plan B.
Really right with it, but you know, it's what it is. Sometimes the ocean delivers and sometimes no, so hopefully have another chance another day, and I show what I got.
Best of luck the rest of the year. I know you'll be chasing waves. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Todd and Aritza and Burrow, as we catch up with Wilson. Fading back into the pocket and kicking out. He had the 3.0 for one snap before. That was his second scoring ride. CJ checks the horizon with this wave and decides to hold his outside position. Hobgood got a 1.83 start, a 1.77 for that tube ride attempt. And now Wilson will float back into the lead. So lead changes on every exchange, but we're not talking about any serious scores at this stage.
Yeah, no one's hammered the nail into the coffin, have they? So this heat's going to be that kind of way. It's, we're going to see lead changes constantly, but low scoring affair at the moment. You can see kind of how disinterested both guys were on that last exchange. You know, sometimes you catch that first wave in the set, and in the back of your mind you're wondering whether you've made the right choice. Let's hope CJ and Julian can both find some good ones.
Now paddling in, former world champ, former runner-up at this event, CJ Hobgood makes a tube ride. High line exit, he'll get way out in front for the beautiful roundhouse cutback, but he sinks on the rebound. Really tough to move on from. I asked him the other day if he wanted to resurf that heat. He said no, he's fine with it now. He's comfortable. So we watch Julian now. Pulls in, nice high line exit for Wilson, and he'll have to get out of there quickly. You can see cloud break is really challenging at the moment with 8:55 to go. CJ had a 4.5 for his tube. Wilson needed a 3.34.
Let's have a look. Pretty solid wave here for Julian. Trim's nice and high. We talk about you got to stay. See, it wasn't a long barrel either, so it's going to be close. I mean, CJ a 4.5 on his. Let's have a look at Julian's tube riding technique. Pumps, grabs the rail, perfect positioning right there. Comes out nice and clean and then ditches it. So 3.34 required. I think he might just get it, and CJ will need another wave. So score's coming through now. Geez, it's going to be close.
Kersey was number 4 in the world in this event, and now numbers locking in. For Laston Wilson, it's a 3.43. It's just enough.
What do you need? A 3.34.
And he gets it. So
wow.
CJ now needs a 1.93. As we look at this little wave pop up, Hobgood will take this opportunity to set up this first turn. Beautiful high line wrap. Off the bottom, carves through the lip. CJ just trims it down the line, goes for the hammer on the float, and he gets out. He's nice pace for CJ, good rhythm.
Almost making it too easy. Let's have a look at this opening turn right here. Nice carving maneuver right there, just waiting for it to hit the reef. Now it does. Another beautiful snap. Again, just racing down the line and finished off with a nice clean exit maneuver. So CJ could definitely be locking in the best score of the heat. Right there, just beautiful rotation of the shoulders, draws off the bottom again, snaps it. Critical right there as he drops down. Little check turn there, just making sure he finds that end section, which he does.
Act as a mentor, coach, also a shaper. And Hobgood right now in one of the galleys. Scores drifting in, it's a 6-1-7. CJ extends the total out front, now down to 4 minutes for Wilson to throw down a 7.24 or better to move on to round 3. CJ was looking at his watch. Julian does have priority and he needs a 7.24.
Wow, is he going to go the first wave of the set? Julian lets that first one go. CJ needs to better a 4.50. Here we go.
Hobgood locks in. Waits for the open face. Little layback carve to start. Driving off the bottom, he'll get hung up on the second turn. Hobgood scores stay the same. Now it's up to Wilson, needing a 7.24 to come back. Bottom turns into the pit. It's wide open. Still driving, and it's a wide open exit for Wilson. Gets way out in front. Stretched out, backhand wrap. And he has more room on the inside. Under the lip jam. Wilson will pull in over shish kebabs and make it again. Backside float, and he kicks out. He'll celebrate. He knows that's the new best wave of the heat so far, under pressure to turn this thing around.
CJ's watching this wave going, oh no. Driving through that section right there. Julian comes flying out. A little bit of a wraparound cut back. And then eyes on the prize on that inside bonus section right here. Snap, pulls in nice and tight and comes flying out the end. What a wave for Julian Wilson. Couldn't have come at a better time for him. Look at this. Nice and high, beautiful positioning. Picks his line and drives through that section. A bit of a claim right there. Beautiful cut back, just nice and clean. No mistakes from here on in, is what he's telling himself. Snap again and then pulls in for that little bonus tube ride. Julian Wilson, there it is, Joe.
A 9.5 from Julian Wilson, under pressure when he needed a 7.24 to turn it against a two-time runner-up, CJ Hobgood. CJ took off on the wave before it, ends up getting a 2-ranger for falling off the top, and he's left chasing a 6.77. As we hear the horn sound, Wilson now can smile, keeps himself in that top 10 picture as he moves on to round 3.
You know, with that 6 minutes to go, CJ had priority. He ended up going for that wave that offered him a couple of turns, posted a 6.17. What if he had waited? What if he had let that go, let Julian get that wave? He would have been on that bomb, and you see little things like that, you know, if you go back and look at, you go, geez, maybe if I had waited, patience, that bomb would have been mine, not to be.
As CJ Hobgood shakes off his last heat ever at the Fiji Pro, and we thank him for the great legacy he's left on this wave called Cloudbreak. More action to come in round 2 with B. Durbridge taking on Dusty Payne.